Track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
And speaking of ice fishing, today was not a totally ideal day to do some ice fishing as we had some more spring-like weather today, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some blue skies out there, so temperatures were a little bit on the warmer side. We saw temperatures in the upper 20s and 30s across the area. And that's something to keep in mind. With temperatures going back and forth between the upper 30s, even the lower 30s, even getting into the 40s here soon, definitely going to want to make sure you measure that ice thickness, because as we start to push later on here into the rest of winter and into spring, the ice thickness will start to decrease a little bit. So definitely take those precautions before you head out there. Other than that, temperatures rather mild. Nice out there. We saw blue skies today, lots of sunshine, temperatures finding themselves into the 30s. Right now we're back down into the mid to upper 20s. Winds now transitioning to out of the west. So if you remember earlier, we were talking about southerly winds. They would transition to the west by this evening. We are now seeing that across the region. Completely clear across the area. Storm Track 3 radar not picking up on anything here as we head into your Saturday night. That's going to allow for temperatures to get rather chilly again this evening as we drop back down into the middle teens. Looking at mostly clear skies tonight. Winds continuing from out of the west between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sunrise tomorrow morning just after 6:45, so they're getting earlier and earlier here as we move through the next couple months. Speaking of tomorrow morning, temperatures continue to tumble down through about 6 and 7 o'clock as we reach our overnight low by around 7 a.m. tomorrow. After that, once the sun starts to rise, we'll start to warm back up, winds being more westerly for the day tomorrow, and then out of the south as we push into around lunchtime. Temperatures making their way back into the upper 20s, nearing 30 degrees, mostly clear skies, plenty of sunshine. So pretty much a copy and paste forecast of what we saw today for tomorrow. Maybe a few more clouds in the mix, but other than that, it's going to be a nice Sunday to wrap up what has been a rather mild and nice weekend across southern Minnesota and North Iowa. As we push into tomorrow morning, there's some of that cloud coverage we were talking about, so maybe not the most perfect sunrise out there, but those clouds will be out of there as we push towards lunchtime, allowing for us to warm up nicely, looking at blue skies through the rest of your Sunday, looking at a lot of sunshine leading up till the time that sun starts to set by around 5:30. Winds continuing from out of the south, so that's going to allow for those temperatures to reach back into the upper 20s and 30s. And if you were with us earlier, we were talking about how the difference between who's seen the snow over the last few days and who hasn't will really impact those temperatures. Locally here, we had a hard time even getting up towards 30 degrees. You go a little further towards the south and southwest, and you got on the other side of I-35, where there hasn't been as much snow. You're looking at some warmer temperatures nearing almost 40 degrees. Look at this though, no preset to talk about. A few clouds start to roll back in as we start the new work week. And that's going to be the trend because those clouds are going to stick around just a little bit longer as we head into next week. And we're even tracking maybe some rain as we push into the start of next weekend. Over the next 6 to 10 days though, we are split right down the middle. We got colder than average temperatures towards the Pacific Northwest. We got warmer temperatures towards the south and the southeast on the eastern half of the United States. And here we are right in the middle, in this nice gray color, stretching that equal chance of seeing above average temperatures and below average temperatures leading into the start of March. So we'll see those equal chances of above average temperatures and below average. And what that can do is allow for us to see some systems that'll develop, maybe bringing us some rain and even some snow chances. And that'll start as we head into next weekend. Another cool thing that's happening as we head into the new work week, been talking about this a little bit, is a new launch happening in Florida of the new GOES-T satellite. That's going to be otherwise known as GOES-18. It's going to bring some new high-res imagery to the western half of the U.S. One way that'll help us out here locally is when we track wildfire smoke. So wildfire detection is going to be a big focus with this new satellite. Only problem is right now about 40% chance for launch. So they're looking at some issues for that launch time on Tuesday. There's a backup date for Wednesday. Only problem is conditions aren't looking that great either. Otherwise though, great conditions across southern Minnesota and North Iowa as we take a look at your 7-day forecast. The weekend's always in view. Temperatures in the 30s as we head into the next 7 to 10 days.